beautiful wild woman. I have a lot to say, a lot to share. I want to give you some really powerful practices that will help you to open up to some of those big, profound forces within yourself. Some people call them goddess archetypes. Some people call them feminine energies. Some people call them our sex energy, our life force. Some people call it Shakti. There's a lot of different names for this, but basically it's the fullness of you, right? It's the different faces of the feminine within. Okay, so enough of that. Let's do the practices. One practice that I absolutely want to share with you, and this is essential to the feminine, and it is missing in so many of our Western cultures, and that is coming into our bodies, right? For us women, this is one of the most profound practices that we can do. And the practices vary, and each woman will be different, but I can say one of the quickest, most effective ways to come out of your masculine, out of doing, achieving, accomplishing, thinking, planning, organizing, to come out of that energy and to come into the feminine, come into our flow, right? Reconnect with nature, reconnect with our natural cycles, reconnect with the moon. When we come into our bodies, we tap into a different kind of wisdom. We tap into heart wisdom. We tap into womb wisdom. We tap into a deep, ancient knowing. Ancient knowing. Something that is far beyond what our rational minds, far beyond where our rational minds can take us. So a great practice to do is breath. I know we talk a lot about breath, but one of the best ways to start to come back into your body is to use the breath and to feel the breath. Where's the breath taking me? And to just breathe. Feel your body. Where does your body move? How is breath moving you, right? So you breathe in. Is my chest moving? Is my belly moving? Are my shoulders moving? Can I feel the air in my nostrils? Can I feel the air in my mouth? A wonderful cycle of breath for us women is breathing in through the nose, bringing it all the way down, as far down as you can bring it. If you can bring it to the base of the spine, bring that breath to the base of the spine, and then on the exhale, bring it out and through the mouth. And if there's a sound that arises, let there be sound. All of these are different ways to really bring us into our bodies, really open all of these channels. So we're not just operating from here. Suddenly we are operating from the fullness of ourselves. We're opening all of our energy centers, right? All of our chakras start to open, which allows for all of our life force to start to flow through us, right? An amazing, profound, magical things will happen when we come from this place, when we start to be in this place. So another practice that I want to talk about is movement. Dance. Sacred dance. Wild dance. Ferocious dance. But it's movement. And it's not a controlled movement. So when I'm lifting weights and I'm doing 3 sets of 10 reps. I was a personal trainer back in the day. I remember these days. And when I'm, I gotta get 10 of these in, I'm coming from an extremely masculine way. For sure I'm using my body, but I'm using it in a very masculine, controlled, planned, organized way. Same with yoga. A lot of times we think yoga's bringing us the feminine, and yoga is a wonderful practice, depending on who the instructor is and depending on how you're practicing your yoga. Something that I always encourage women to do is to do your own practice of yoga, to tune into your body. Where does your body want to move you? What position does your body want to be in? There are so many times where I'm practicing and I'll stretch a hip and tears come. And that's what wants to flow through my body. That's the energy that wants to be released or expressed or felt. And then those tears, and it could be complete sadness and sorrow, and it just flows through. And then it turns into giggles, and it's laughter, and it's pure bliss and joy. And I'm still in the same posture, but I'm allowing my body wisdom. I'm allowing that. I'm allowing that to operate. And that's our feminine. That's that intuitive. I know intuition is so talked about these days. But I think a lot of people still come from intuition as an over logical, analyzing, processing kind of a way. But this is deep intuition. This goes far beyond left brain, far beyond those capacities. Now, this is also not to say that those capacities, those left brain capacities, aren't useful. They're extremely useful, extremely necessary. The masculine is just as profound and beautiful and amazing as the feminine, right? So please don't misunderstand me for that. But what ReWilding Retreat is about, and what these practices are about, is opening up to forces, to energy, to places within ourselves that our society doesn't often make room for, right? It's sacred. It's big. Another practice that I want to share with you is, as women, I know as a woman growing up, I was taught that when I get stressed out, my response is fight or flight. I was taught, that was hammered into me, and that was my science teacher, my biology teacher telling me this is what your body does. New studies have come out, studies on women have come out, so they've actually taken women's subjects this time, which they didn't do when I was growing up, and studied women's stress response. And you know what our stress response is? It's not fight or flight. That's masculine. If we're in our masculine, for sure that's how we'll respond. But when we're in our authentic, true feminine, how we respond to stress is tend and befriend. That's what we do. That's woman. That's us. That's why we gathered, right? That's why back in the day, women gathered all the time, just us women, because we befriend, we chat, we sit around weaving baskets, we heal each other just in the being, in the sacred circle, in the connecting, in all of that. We tend, right? Another great feminine practice is tending. What is it for you that you can tend to, right? To calm the nervous system, to lower that stress response. For me, I love cleaning the house. I know, I love it. When things are out of control, when my head is going crazy, work is wild, and I'm feeling stressed, I clean. I don't think anymore. I stop thinking. I put on some music. I dance around the house, and I clean. When the external world is clean and sorted, suddenly this is clean and sorted, right? So those are practices to just start to play with, right? So it's breath, right? It's breathing, it's sound, allowing there to be sound from that authentic place, that deep, from the guts, right? Allowing there to be sound. It's movement, but it's authentic intuitive movement, not planned out movement, not having to follow a fitness tape or something or an instructor. It's what is naturally arising. How does my body naturally want to move? What is it that my body wants to do? And then giving it that permission to do that, whatever that movement is. Then it's befriend. It's being with other women who bring you up, right? Women where there is no competition. There's a sacred connection with women. This is a big part of what ReWilding is about, and ReWilding Retreat is about, and you'll experience that, is this healing connection that only women can create in a woman-only space. It's magic. It's what we do. So that's another one to start to tap into or to feel into. And then finally, it's tend. What is it that you can do to tend? What can you tend to in order to empty the bucket? A lot of people are calling it empty the bucket, right? Empty that energetic, when the energies just get really intense. How can I empty that bucket to come truly back into me, right? Is it a conversation with a friend? Is it cleaning the house? Is it dancing around? What is it? What can bring me back to me? And if you're in a relationship, here's something really fun to do. Do these practices before your partner comes home, right? Or before you're about to go on a date. I promise you, you will see a profound shift in how the two of you relate. You will see a profound shift in your partner, in the masculine. You will see magic happen, right? Women often ask me, what can I get my partner to do? You just do you. You do you. You do these practices. You open to this. He will shift. He will step up. He will show you his divine masculine when you come from your divine feminine.